Okay, welcome students. I remain Dr. Chukwudi Okonkwo. I will be taking you Cooperative Field Administration, CRB 322. Okay, welcome to our first facilitation session. Today we'll be talking about the meaning of cooperative administration and field work. Let me share my screen so you can join me in today's session. Okay. Now, at the end of today's session, our expectation is that every student should be able to explain the concept of cooperative administration and field work. Every student should be able to discuss the nature and extent of cooperative assistant job, how knowledge of promotional duty of the cooperative manager is carried out. Now, as a form of introduction, the field work of the cooperative managers are at various levels, and all other relevant officers in the execution of cooperative field work is very wide. The field includes all cooperative organizations at primary, secondary, and tertiary levels, from local government areas to states and all over the country in general. As far as an area officer is concerned, for an example, the field is all cooperative organizations and their investments, properties, assets in that local government area. It may also include the properties the properties of the cooperative organization in the local government area, but for some reasons or the other, they have away from the local government area. It is the duty of the cooperative assistant to visit such places wherever it is, and this is still regarded as the field work for the cooperative field manager. Now, what's the meaning of cooperative administration? Cooperative administration is aimed at exposing individuals who have interest in cooperative studies, the application of cooperative policies, procedures, and laws for coordinating and settlement of compasses in the administration and management of cooperative business. While we say cooperative field work is any job or task which is in the interest of cooperative members, which cooperative personnel carries out either or not in compliance with the guidance and direction of his or her superior officer. Now, that is cooperative field work for you. Now, the cooperative officer therefore needs skills to do this and techniques to carry out these functions to accomplish them properly. The area officer allocates societies to the cooperative manager under him. It is the duty of the cooperative manager, which we refer to as the cooperative assistant, to visit and inspect the societies allocated to them regularly. However, before the visit and inspection, it is very important that there is need to prepare an itinerary or schedule of tours on the societies allocated to them and submit same to their area officers before commencement of the tour. This is just protocol, all right? You must tell your Oga where you are going this month. It's just an itinerary. It's formality, protocol. Now, the scope of this cooperative field work gives a detail of cooperative organizations that may be touched by the supervision of the director of cooperative services, which comprises of the chief executive or lecturer of the cooperative institution, consultant, if it's an expatriate, extension manager in agricultural development project from Ministry of Agriculture and cooperative, managers of agriculture and rural management training institutes, and students of cooperative institutions on field work. CWS, which is industrial training program, is also part of this field work. Now, let's take an example of an itinerary of a cooperative assistant. Let's just highlight it. Now, example of an itinerary prepared by a cooperative assistant and submitted to his area officer for 1 month. Now, take a look at this letter before you. You see that there's an address of the sender, there's an address of the officer he's sending it to, and then there's a heading, and that heading says proposed itinerary for the month of January for 2007. And you see the dates highlighted there, you see the destination where the officer is going to be going to, and you see the purpose for his journey to such a place. So that is an example. Now let's still look at the cooperative assistance job. The cooperative assistant is assigned a lot of duties in the field, and some of that duty include promotional duty. Promotional duties, that is the promotion of cooperative, try to advertise it, try to create awareness about it. The second is inspectional duty. You inspect cooperative societies. Educational duty, you are an educator to cooperative society. Advisory duty, you advise cooperative societies. Your audit duties, you help them to audit their society. Arbitration duty, you be an arbitrator to the cooperative society. Then inquiry of cooperative, it is the cooperative assistant that assists in inquiries of the cooperative. Then there's the duty called liquidation. You become a liquidator of cooperative society when they have to wind them up. Then special duties, executor of special duties, maybe your officer, the cooperative officer above you is sending you on a special duty to go and do certain things. So it's also the duty of the cooperative assistant. Now let's take an example of the promotional duty. It is one of the duty of the cooperative assistant to promote the formation of new cooperatives. All that is involved in the promotion of new cooperative societies are to be considered in the promotional duty of the cooperative assistant. Now, officially, the cooperative assistant is to perform his duty in the local government area assigned to him. And one of his promotional duty is the use of propaganda machinery. The cooperative assistant has to use this machinery. He uses it to enable him achieve success in his duties. In the 1990s and in the 1960s, the cooperative assistant normally addressed residents of a village or a town in public places, maybe in the town hall and the market square and so on. Now, it informed them on what cooperative is, how the organization of cooperative will be formed, and the benefits of forming a cooperative society, and how they can form it. Now, today, other methods are being used. Some of these are the use of individual contacts, as talking to people one-on-one, visiting them one-on-one. The meetings that can be set up can be used, like group meetings, can be used also for the propagation or propaganda as a propaganda machinery, like group meetings, club meetings, family meetings, and so on, where members will be engaged, encouraged to form cooperative society. Now, still on the promotional duties of the cooperative assistant, they can also carry out by discussion in another propaganda. It can also be carried out in the form of discussion. So propaganda machinery the cooperative assistant can use can be a discussion approach. All right, this can take place between two or more people. The enlightened partner can be informed on what cooperative can inform the unenlightened partner on what cooperative is. So this can also be done when the study groups are formed, when meetings are happening. You can also use discussion method. Other methods of carrying out the propaganda is the distribution of leaflets to people, where information on the cooperative is given, and then the leaflets are distributed. The information can also go to people through newspaper, journals, film shows, radio programs, TV programs, and so on and so forth. Now, finding out the economic felt need of members after passing general information to them, the cooperative assistant should now find a specific group that has interest in forming a cooperative, because it is the generally felt needs that bring people together to form cooperative. So while you are carrying out a meeting, while you are discussing on a TV program, you try to isolate people that have the same needs and encourage them to form one particular kind of cooperative that can attend to their generally felt need. Now, another way to promote, or another function of promotional duty of the cooperative assistant, is ensuring that proper feasibility study is carried out or conducted. If this is done, the likelihood of the cooperative failing in their first 2, 3, 4, 5 years will be very low. And that is the work of the cooperative assistant. The cooperative assistant also has the duty of attending the inaugural meeting of the society. All right, the inaugural meeting of the society, which are under him. So, in the case, in a case where the assistant wants to attend inaugural meetings, it is to ensure that the society starts in a proper way. And during the meeting, he will explain and discuss clearly the following matters among others. One, he will explain what the society is, what it can be, what it can achieve, how the society is to be run and managed, and the relationship between the members and the society. The members will be educated on their rights and duties. Such rights are the right to enjoy the services to be provided by the society, the right to attend meeting and others will be explained. Now, duties of members will be explained also, like paying of the necessary dues to the society. Okay, he would also explain to them how to fix entrance fees, share capitals, and the savings payable to members. He should also explain to them what cooperative laws, principles of cooperative, and the bylaws of the societies are. If you have learned from these videos, click the notification button. Please give it a thumbs up so that others can see it or will see it. Always remember to subscribe if you have not done so. Until next time, keep learning.